Hello, my wonderful BIAFRA brothers and sisters. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. It happen. The prayers of the saints have been answered. And as this waiting they happen to the Fulani government of Nigeria, it is to the detriment and also to the benefit of the Biafrans. Ask me how or why. Let me explain to you why it is. At the what? Why it is very, very important that we all know this truth, and the truth has set us free. This man, so-called Bola Ahmed Tinubu, entered the helm of the affairs of this contraption called Nigeria. During the electionary period, he made a lot of promises, even when he went to Southeast, despite the fact that he touted the Southeast and insulted them. But the APC in our Southeast region, they don't care. What they care about is their pocket. He made so many appointments that when he take over, he was going to negotiate with the IPOBs. He are going to negotiate with the agitators, not only IPOB, all the agitators will have in this contraption called Nigeria. But he went into the home of the affairs of this country, sitting on the throne. The only thing he knows how to do is just to travel from one place to another with propagandas and lies. He forgot that the gods of the Biafrans are not sleeping and they are watching. And that is how God used the article. The gods of our land used the article to uproot and bring out his old matter of educational qualifications and academic qualifications. Now, as it stands now, this man don't dodge. And the US, the Chicago State University now don't vow, say, if this guy no take time, say they go even release that thing without court order. They have ordered, the courts have ordered 48 hours for them to release everything that have to do with the Tinubu educational academic qualification from the Chicago State University. He claims he attended to Atiku Abubakar. And the court also barred him that any of appeal he will tender before the court will be rejected. And I don't say that the prayers of the Biafrans and for the reason of abandoning Martin Nnamdi Kanu, you must surely collect woto. Boo-boo. And I go boo-boo now. Bola. So, you and your friend, Boo-boo. Boo-boo do his own and they go scot-free. At least he never tendered the Chicago State University. He tendered the primary school certificate. The question there is, where is your classmates? He provided some in Asoroko after he must enter the seat. But your own. Now, after all said and done, people are coming out to tell us that I am a classmate at Tinubu. Where are the pictures being taken? Those days, there's no camera. There is. Even 18 Puligidi have cameras. Then, talk less of 1979. We have everything don't go digital self as of then. So now, as it stands, the U.S. court have ordered the release of Tinubu's academic records in 48 hours to Tinubu. Biafrans, they're going to rejoice. This one, now to honor what? Now to honor advantage. And that's all it take be. And another headline we have here, this one is coming from our brother, Osita Ademma Chidoka, former aviation minister. He said, and I quote, U.S. court directive on Tinubu's Chicago State University academic records a national disgrace. Osita Chidoka. They are not forcing him now. We will release your academics. Say, no, don't release. They are now forcing him. He said, this one is a total disgrace. Now, complete total disgrace, my dear brothers and sisters. It's a total disgrace. Yeah. Now, wow. According to US court, they said academic record. Any of your appeal before court will be denied. US court warns Bola Ahmed Tinubu to stop disturbing them. That enough is enough. He bringing a bad name and bad image to that Chicago State University. Now people are withdrawing their children and saying that that school now is not competent enough. A school that have international recognition now, they have one person have reduced that school to 0 simply because of it is say you can bribe your way out. The way you bribe ANEC, bribe judiciary, bribe police, bribe GSS, you say you can bribe yourself out. Well, my dear, even if they are corrupt, but not for them to destroy their image they have built long ago before you. Now you want them to destroy it. My dear, you are a gunner. Anyway, my wonderful people, I beg you, this one now the early morning news, and this one is today is the second day in the month of October. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on where you are, and also happy new week, happy new Monday. May this week bring us good tidings, upliftment, blessings, all in all ramifications, and also protection as we move on to do our daily businesses. So, my wonderful people, let us read in between the lines, as today is going to be fire for fire. That is my promise, and I must surely keep to my promise to all my subscribers and listeners all over the world. The presidential candidate of the People's Democratic Party, PDP, Atiku Abubakar, has again emerged victorious in his fierce legal battle to probe into the academic qualifications of Bola Ahmed Tinubu in the February 25th presidential poll. Tinubu have a supply certificate from the Chicago State University, CSU, to the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, to secure eligibility to participate in the election. A United States of America court on Saturday ordered Chicago State University to release Tinubu's academic record for verification and in support of the article petition challenging the result of the 2023 presidential poll. According to the Justice Nancy Maldonado, in a judgment, dismissed the objection raised by Tinubu against Atiku's request and expressly ordered that the Chicago State University must submit the academic records to Atiku as soon as possible, or they will face sanction. The judge in the judgment granted all the 4 grounds upon which the former vice president predicted his case in the U.S. court. Justice Maldonado said that Tinubu's violent rhetoric cannot take the place of evidence. Hence, they order that the academic record be released in the interest of justice in Nigeria. The judge specifically issued an ultimatum of 48 hours within which the university must comply with her order and release the controversial academic records to the PDP presidential candidate. Justice Maldonado in the judgment pointed out that Tinubu did not adduce any sound evidence to overturn the judgment of the magistrate court, which had earlier granted Atiku's request before Tinubu moved to scuffle execution of order. Voila. Given that the Nigerian court deadlines were fast approaching, the court set an expedited briefing scheduled on President Tinubu's objections. The parties have now completed that briefing, and the court has reviewed their submission for the reasons stated in this memorandum, opinion, and order. The court overrules President Tinubu's objection and adopts Judge Gliba's recommended decision in full. The court therefore grants Mr. Abubakar's application under 28 U.S.C. 1782. Chicago State University is directed to respond to Mr. Abubakar's subpoena in time and manner provided for below. The issues raised by Tinubu in objecting to the release of his academic records include claims of privacy and that Atiku was on a fishing expedition as he can no longer use the documents to prosecute his appeal at the Supreme Court since his case was not considered by the Presidential Tribunal. However, Justice Maldonado stated that Judge Gliba did not give a final judgment in the application dated August 2, but rather he gave a report and recommendation subject to the novel review for any object or any objected to portions. Of course, as will be seen below, even under the novel review, the court ultimately reaches the same conclusion as Judge Gilbert finds that the application should be granted and further, as noted above, the court only reviews the novel those portions of Judge Gilbert's opinions on whatsoever it is being called. Anyway, my wonderful people, the respondent, Chicago State University, is directed to produce all relevant and non-privileged documents in response to requests for production, NOS 1 through 4, as narrowed by the Judge Gilbert and adopted here. and Mr. Abubakar Sofena by 12 p.m. noon CDT on Monday, October 2 of 2023. The rule 30 BG-B6, the position of Chicago State University corporate designee must be completed in 5 p.m. on Tuesday, October 3, 2023, given the October 5, 2023 filing deadline before the Supreme Court of Nigeria. The court will not extend to modify these deadlines. So they have already given their organ, say, your credentials now will be made public to article latest before 5 p.m. of today. This is part of the prophecy of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, as he keep on saying. And I go do everything, or I go do everything, or I go do everything. You know that kind of thing now. So now, Atiku, he don't win Oga Tinubu at the U.S. court. So we are waiting before 5 p.m. today, so that everything will be made public. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's prophecy. He said they will keep on fighting themselves while we are going scot-free. We are going to walk out from this mistake of a country called Nigeria. Let them continue fighting while we are doing what? While we are strategizing on what next to do. That is Professor of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. The list of them is what is happening now to this country, because it's made them to understand that Somalia will be better than this country. Haven't it happened? It have happened years ago. So what are we saying? U.S. Court Directive on Tinubu's CSC academic records, a national disgrace, Osita Adema Chidoka. Former Minister of Aviation, Osita Chidoka, have labeled the U.S. District Court ruling instructing Chicago State University to disclose the academic records of Nigeria President Bola Ahmed Tinubu a national disgrace. He criticized multiple Nigerian institutions, including the Department of State Service, the National Intelligence Agency, and the Independent National Electoral Commission for failing to conclusively verify the academic credentials of Bola Ahmed Tinubu, according by the time. Chidoka emphasized that the episode undermines Nigeria's image both nationally and internationally. Of course, they have killed everything. APC. Muhammadu Buhari have not educational qualified or background, but they do wuru and put him there. Nobody raised the issue. This one again have come on his own because his predecessor tried it and succeed. So he said he think he can try it and also walk away with it. That is the impunity in Nigeria. Instead, if it turns out tomorrow that our president presented a false certificate to INEC, Nigerians will bow down their heads globally in shame. On the other hand, if President Tinubu's credentials are validated, Chidoka believes the situation remains problematic due to the institution's failure to perform due diligence. The crux of the controversy revolves around President Tinubu's presentation of a Chicago State University degree without corresponding primary and secondary school certificates. This oversight has raised suspicions and led to his international legal pursuit. Chidoka also referenced a past incident where Nigeria Department of State Service (DSS) remanded against appointing Police Commissioner Ibrahim Mugu as the EFCC chairman. He contrasted the DSS previous proactive approach to the current silence in President Tinubu's academic records, according to. Concluding his statement, the former minister called for President Tinubu's resignation if the allegations prove true, emphasizing the matter's moral implications beyond its legal ramifications. If the certificate is genuine, Chidoka urged comprehensive reformation of Nigeria's national security system to prevent similar embarrassment in the future. Last but not the least, academic record. Court will deny any appeal you will tender before the U.S. court, according to what we have here. Where we see the Northern District of Illinois in Chicago has warned Bola Ahmed Tinubu to desist from filing appeals to stop the release of his academic records from Chicago State University. Nigeria News had earlier reported that the presiding judge, Nancy Maldonado, ordered the Chicago State University to release Tinubu's academic record to the presidential candidate of the People's Democratic Party, PDP. Atiku is hoping to use the documents in the Supreme Court of Nigeria, where he is challenging Tinubu's victory in the 2023 presidential election. Maldonado, a district judge, said the September 30 ruling that Bola Ahmed Tinubu should not bother returning to her court to attempt obtaining another temporary postponement of the disclosure. The judge said the court cautions Tinubu that any request for any stay before this court will be denied, as the court finds any stay impracticable. in light of the fast approaching Supreme Court of Nigeria deadlines. President Tinubu's argument and rhetoric as to Mr. Abubakar's likelihood of success at the Supreme Court of Nigeria or his vigorous disputes with the merits of Mr. Abubakar, underlying claims about the election, do not equate to evidence of the Supreme Court of Nigeria receptiveness of assistance in the discovery. The discovery sought here relates not only a prominent public figure, President Tinubu, but is a sought as part of an underlying dispute over the Nigerian presidential election, a matter of extreme importance to the Nigerian people or to the over 250 million people that is occupying the contraction called Nigeria. Anyway, my wonderful brothers and sisters, anywhere I wanna do, I beg you, make on do what? Make on help me to share this message. I hope so, and I don't hear everything clear. Martin Nnamdi Kanu said this one is the list of his prophecy have come to pass. Anyway, make on share, like, comment, and make sure you subscribe to my channel for better videos and more experience as we proceed. Have a nice day, and may the good Lord bless you in this new week. The Father, the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. Bye for now, my wonderful people. Kelesian.